The Wand of Sparking, one of the earliest obtainable magic weapons in Terraria. But how will it fare against the Wall of Flesh? Well, today, my friends, I endeavor to answer that question. Is it possible? The Wand of Sparking versus the Wall of Flesh. Yes, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Is It Possible, the show where I pitch together a random, weird and wonderful weapon against the boss in Terraria, and we pose the question, is it possible? We've done about 7 or 8 episodes of this show so far, so if you guys are excited for this show to return on the channel here, please do be sure, of course, to drop a like. If we can head for the 2,000 like goal on this video, that'd be more than enough to tell me that you guys are excited to see this show return. Of course, though, if you want to go one further, use code Python when ordering any Sneak Energy drinks or to get 5% off any of my Apex gaming PCs. So let's take you through the setup we'll be using here for our first attempt. We have the demonic Wand of Sparking coming in at 16 magic damage and 31% crit chance. Also, it's worth noting this weapon only uses 1 mana. That's right. Only 1. In terms of our gear and accessories, we have a Skeletron / Queen Bee tier loadout in that we have full jungle armor providing 80 additional mana, a bunch of magical damage buffs here, and also 16% reduced mana usage. Now, with that armor plus our obsidian shield combined, we have a total of 19 defense, and our other accessories consist of the Terraspark boots, the amber horseshoe balloon, the fledgling wings, and the celestial cuffs, all of which have been reforged to have arcane. So believe it or not, we have a whopping 400 mana to use. So then, a bunch of buff potions are ready to be used as well, from mana regen to regular regen, from wrath potions to thorns potions, and much, much more. So, let's get this attempt underway. Now, for those of you guys who don't know how this works, if we manage to do this really, really easily, we are basically going to continually decrease the amount of gear we have until we fail, essentially. So then, enough chit-chat, let's get this thing on the road. So, buffing up, and we're getting this thing underway, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is go ahead and take out all of the hungry here. And once all that is done and dusted, we shouldn't have any issues with taking out the main boss itself. So, yeah, the good news is this is only regular mode, so these guys won't continually regenerate as the fight progresses. I mean, you can quite clearly see I have still got maximum health. I am barely taking any damage whatsoever, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But anyways, I guess now is as good a time as any to actually begin doing a little bit of damage to the Wall of Flesh. And as you can see, we are absolutely ruining this kid. Wow. I must admit, I thought I would have a little bit more of an issue with taking out this boss. Wow, look at this, I'm just absolutely tanking this poor sap. This is ridiculous, man. Like, honestly, this is absolutely ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, though, we are indeed taking a little bit of damage here, so we should probably go ahead and just you know, try to do a slightly better job. It would appear that he does more damage as time progresses. Now, what you want to do with the Wall of Flesh, of course, is hit the eyepiece, not the mouthpiece, because the eyepiece has way less defense, and therefore you can do more damage to it compared to hitting it in the mouth. But, yeah, as you can see, my friends, this is an absolute cakewalk. I have got into this incredibly overpowered, and as a result of that, yeah, that actually took no time at all. So since that was an absolute cakewalk, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to decrease our gear to the point where we only have gear that we would typically obtain within the first couple of days of a brand new Terraria world. So I'm thinking about things like the aglet, and the shackle, and at a push, the nature's gift, potentially. So let's go ahead and reset with a brand new set of gear. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with very much downgraded gear to the point where you could probably get all of this gear within your first couple of Terraria days. We have only wood armor, the cloud in a bottle, band of regeneration, nature's gift, a shackle, and Hermes boots, all of which provide 12 defense, and that's without buff potions, and the demonic Wand of Sparking now does 17 magic damage, which is pretty cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. We have another Wall of Flesh. We only have 200 health to our name and 100 mana. So, let's see how we do this time. Let's go ahead and let's time-lapse this thing and see how we do. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I mean, yeah, it was a very much longer fight, but we still didn't really have that many issues with taking down the Wall of Flesh here. So what that means for us, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to push it to the limit. I am now going to not use buff potions, okay? And if we manage to take down the Wall of Flesh easily, even still without the buff potions, then I think we're gonna go for broke. We're gonna go for armorless and accessoryless. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. No buff potions at all this time, so we are just gonna get straight into this thing. I must admit, I am actually a little bit more nervous this time because I feel like our buff potions were definitely doing the job in the previous fight here, especially in terms of health regeneration. I mean, yeah, we do still have ourselves the Band of Regen, of course, which is great, but it's not quite as good as having a regen potion in addition to that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, time-lapsing. Let's see how far we get. Oh, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That was indeed a fail. So it turns out that buff potions really are everything. I feel like I could have done maybe a better job of that fight, though. I didn't do a very good job of dodging, and there was definitely a fair few regular mobs sort of getting in the way in that fight as well. So do you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to give that one more go. If we fail again, then I guess we'll probably leave it there. So, let's reset. Let's give this thing a go again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for another attempt. Oh, that demon is not going to help our cause. No! You spawned in at just the wrong time there, Budski. Not cool. Not a good start as a result. All right, well, anyways, let's see if we can recover this, eh? Let's see if we can take out the Wall of Flesh. If we don't manage to do it, then we'll probably leave it there. Honestly, these normal mobs that keep spawning in these boss fights, they can actually go to hell. Well, I say that, they actually already are in hell, you know, the underworld being hell in Terraria. But, still, yeah, not cool, boo-boo, not cool. That was unfortunately another fail attempt, and largely speaking, like I say, that is because of the fact that regular mobs were continually spawning in and causing me damage. So, yeah, not cool. So, to answer the question, is it possible to take on the Wall of Flesh and defeat it with only the Wand of Sparking? Yes, quite easily so, if you have the right loadout and maybe some buff potions. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode of Is It Possible? If you guys have enjoyed today's video, a like rating would go a very, very long way. As I mentioned before, we're trying to aim for 2,000 likes, my friends. If we could reach that, that'd be more than enough to tell me that you guys are excited for the return of the series and want to continue seeing more. If you guys have any weird and wonderful loadouts and weapons to use against any of the Terraria bosses, leave your suggestions for future episodes in the comments area below, and you might just have a chance of yours being used and your name shouted out. But for now, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Do have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and yeah, the Wand of Sparking. Don't go passing it up, my friend. It is a fantastic weapon, and it's super easily obtained at the beginning of the game. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.